Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. Writer-director Roland Emmerich really likes to think outside the box, in that he's constantly pondering, how do I get back inside the box? The box, in this case, is proud but quirky people who don't think they're prone to survival thrown into the biggest fight of their lives where the environment around them is destroyed. It honestly doesn't matter what the disaster is. Aliens, Godzilla, war. Even a year can somehow blow everything up. There's something particularly sad, though, about going back to your most successful of these repeated attempts after 20 years of doing the exact same thing, simply to do the exact same thing. If you've seen my review of Independence Day, you know it's not a favorite of mine, but I understand why people like it. It was the first time this B-movie scenario of aliens blowing up the world was attempted with state-of-the-art CG effects. It had a lot of charming actors we recognized, and everyone knew it was stupid, but it was simple. Everybody could relate to the excitement of aliens arriving, people having different reactions, seeing them destroy everything we couldn't imagine being destroyed, and the world putting aside their differences to fight back. On a surface level, I totally understand. So why would you think doing the same thing, minus half the original cast and no huge names replacing the rest, would you think we would find this exciting and new? Well, Independence Day Resurgence made its money back globally, it bombed pretty hard domestically. So why couldn't Emmerich recreate the same success after years of trying to recreate the same success? Well, we're gonna take a closer look. Let's see why this Resurgence was anything but, this is ID for 2. The film opens clarifying that Thanos was kind of right, as wiping out half the population resulted in immediate world peace and utilizing the alien technology to grow a united utopia.
For 20 years, the world has seen no armed conflict. Nations have put their petty differences aside.
And ironically, we have Twitter to thank for all that. Who knew?
The fusion of human and alien technology.
I really love even 20 years later, they never gave these things a name. They're still just aliens. Wow, your phone gets really good reception. Thank you, it's alien technology. Man, I disagree with their politics, but I can watch Pornhub faster.
What can I say? Chicks dig chocolate.
We're introduced to Will Smith's son, Dylan, played by Jessie Usher, as well as a cameo from Will Smith himself. Hope you enjoyed that. Man, that's bad when he accepts the scripts for Collateral Beauty and Suicide Squad over yours.
You're the one that's back in the White House.
Yeah, as an employee, I don't quite get the same benefits as when I lived here.
It looks like he's heading up to a moon base where a guy named Jake, played by Liam Hemsworth,
He's adopted.
is also giving piss poor exposition because these movies have always been written awful. They have always been written awful!
I was the youngest valedictorian in the history of the Academy.
There's worse things you could be doing than towing a $500 billion weapon.
You never served a day in your life.
Hey, can I talk about stuff you already know about me? Only if I can talk about stuff you already know about me. We're so natural. This is natural. It looks like something goes wrong, resulting in Jake's wide range of Phoebe screams. But he fixes the problem despite it not being protocol.
You almost got us all killed. Yeah. But then I saved everyone.
And kept my hair great despite wearing a baseball cap. Gravity is light up here. The moon is awesome! God save us, William Fichtner. You always kick ass. Surely you won't be flat like everyone else.
My wife and I were enjoying a very nice morning and a very expensive bed and breakfast.
Oh no.
After 20 years of being catatonic, get me Director Levinson.
You were the best shredder without even being the shredder. How are you doing this movie? Oh boy, my Goldblum alarm is going off. There he is. Did I mention alarm was spelled like this?
I've been chasing you across the planet for 3 weeks now.
Who are you again?
Floyd Rosenberg, government-appointed controller.
Hello?
Hello, it's Tamara Lynn Chambers.
I know your full name, Tamara.
As an actress of over 6 years on Nostalgia Critic, I felt it necessary to call you and tell you that.
Why are you talking like this? Nobody talks like this.
Says you.
Says thousands of years of human interaction.
As you know, I was born February 7th, 19... Hello?
Does that mean I missed your birthday?
Yes, it does.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Goldblum comes across a woman named Catherine Wow.
Catherine, wow.
And they're both called out to look at one of the ships that landed years ago because the lights suddenly turned on and a mysterious symbol seems to be appearing everywhere.
Of course, you're aware that this is the only ship that landed in '96, and so I appreciate you finally granting us this access. Your father was very tenacious.
God. What?
It's Malcolm X Ray.
I know your full name. Your middle initial's X?
As you're aware, you're doing a review of Independence Day 2.
Why wouldn't I know that?
So I appreciate you and your brother doing a review of it, as you are not fans of it.
Do you and Tamara have the same dialogue coach?
Ah, Tamara, born February 7th, 19... Hello?
Did you wish her a happy birthday?
Of course I did. I'm not a douchebag.
We detected a burst in an X-band frequency directed toward deep space.
I know this because I fix cable for a living. Back on the moon base, we see Jake is talking with his fiancée, Patricia, the lady we met earlier in the White House.
I'm gonna steal a tug and come back and see you right now.
No, because last time you did that, they added a month to your tour. I saw Dylan at the White House today. You nearly killed him, remember?
Jesus, is this a dating app? Everyone has to say something about themselves and then they swipe? The reporters got it so bad they ask questions that make them look like attention-hungry assholes. Actually, what am I talking about? That might be the most realistic thing in the movie.
Considering he died during a test flight, how do you feel taking off for the moon from a hangar named after your father?
Well, thanks for reminding me my dad died. I totally forgot about that. I guess it feels pretty good. Yes.
Your father is dead. That is my question.
Thank you. Dylan arrives on the moon, where pilots, I guess, are like K-pop stars, and soldiers are straight-up creepers.
The pilot that China sent is my future wife, and I mean it.
Why does that not make me feel better?
I think my heart exploded. It's like our souls were communing.
It's like those Disney movies where they meet for the first time and get married. Well, that's a cartoon, and this is real life. Cartoons are real!
He just walked in, didn't he?
Wow! They're really trying to do Billboard's top 20 cliche lines. Just throw in what could go wrong and check, please. And we'll have the entire countdown.
Both know what happens when you get in my way.
Good to know the world can put their petty differences aside, but A-Train and Zach F. yawn. They can indulge all they want. Just because on a small scale people are petty, that doesn't at all mean it's like that on a big scale. Pfft, you're stupid and stupid. But it looks like also on the moon base they have Brackish, played again by Brent Spiner. Hey, I'd much rather have him back in this than Picard, who wakes up from a coma he's been in for 7,300 days. How do I know this? How else? He tells him this while he's in a coma!
You've been in a coma for 7,300 days.
My God, it's bad enough you have to tell people who are awake what they already know, but now you're telling people in a goddamn coma? Is there any part of you that thinks that might sound weird?
You've been in a coma for 7,300 days.
Critic, can you believe it? You've been sitting down doing this review for almost 10 minutes.
I know, Malcolm!
I was born July 5th, 19...
No, I am not doing too late birthday greetings! By the way, if you think it's odd they're keeping a comatose doctor on a moon base, that's because they're not. But the film is so lacking in visual variety, you didn't notice, did you? If it wasn't for this caption, we would just assume this was still on the moon base. Yeah, say what you want about the first film, but there was a variety of environments and color. The warm sunrises, the dark alien ships, the white desert, the neon laser blasts. Here it's shit ugly blue, shit ugly blue. Even the desert's somehow shit ugly blue! What a wide variety of shit ugly blue!
Bring in the medical team, he's awake!
You got a bit fat.
Look who's talking. How do you put on weight in a coma? What was your IV ho-hos? Elsewhere in the hospital. Oh wait, we're back on the moon. Damn it! Jokey Expendable tries putting the moves on a hot pilot.
Anyway, I was wondering if you wanted to get a drink, maybe fall in love.
Oh, thank God. Hopefully some of you will die.
David, are you seeing this?
Yes, Madam President, I'm looking right at it.
An alien ship arrives, confusing everybody, which, in this universe, doesn't seem that hard, as the world's leaders try to figure out what to do.
You have to be decisive. I vote to attack. I also vote to strike.
I vote for better green screen behind us. Seriously, how much did this movie cost?
I'm telling you, this is not them.
Take him out, Commander.
I think this is a mistake.
Oh, what does he know? He just stopped the aliens in the past, saving humanity. Idiot. The ship is destroyed, but Goldblum suggests at least sending a recovery ship to scavenge the wreckage.
David, you can lead a team up there, but after the celebration.
Yeah, that's how government works. This time-sensitive revelation will have to wait so we can get shit-faced and party like there's no tomorrow. It's not that far-fetched. Wait, am I in this?
I have to talk to the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Former President Whitmore, played again by Bill Pullman, has apparently been receiving mental messages of an oncoming threat. Oh, and a happy coincidence, his daughter happens to be engaged to the hero of the movie.
It wasn't them. It wasn't them. I have to tell the world.
It's Dark Helmet, I know it is. His Schwartz is finally bigger than mine!
You gave up flying to take care of me, and I know how much you loved it.
You gave up being a janitor to do reviews. Just thought I'd remind you.
Get out of here! Ow! It looks like Jake stole a ship from the moon base. Yeah, I wouldn't think space military have good security either. And he flies the team from Central Africa to the wreckage. Upon arriving there, though, a much bigger ship starts making its way towards Earth. Don't know how NASA missed that one.
Oh, shit, I'm losing speed!
Jesus, it has its own gravity.
What does that mean?
Like Alexandra Bullock movies, what the hell else could it mean? The ship quickly takes out the moon base with only a few pilots escaping. She almost looked happy that place got blown up.
Yeah, people died, but at least Amy was in there. I hated Amy. Always copying my tops.
The ship plants itself like Earth's toupee, and instead of blowing them up, it sucks them up. Which, ironically, movies ripping off Independence Day already did. But Jake's ship breaks free of the gravity just as everything is blown back to the ground.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Oh hey, I know that guy falling to his death. Hi, Pat! And I won't lie, some of these scenes look pretty cool. I'm surprisingly amazed this imagery I've seen a million times in Emmerich films actually does still impress a little bit. But not only do they still pale in comparison to the first one, but they also don't last very long, make very little sense. Shouldn't there be a lot more smoke and debris from that? And most importantly, you don't give a shit about anybody. Like look, Will Smith's wife from the last film gets axed. No, that's a shame, she got an entire scene talking to her son. On the phone. For 13 seconds. 13 seconds, and we're supposed to be like, no! She looked to the right so passionately, no! I felt more fucking emotion for Boomer. Hey, speaking of which, what about Boomer?
Boomer is like really dead.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been 20 years, dude. He's in doggy heaven.
Is there another pet I can care more for than the human characters?
There's this puppy named Daisy.
What about Daisy?
She's fine.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitch, playing some games, telling some jokes, and overall just having a good time. Hope to see you there. After getting a close-up of Spiner's ass, you know what the people want, Emmerich. Pullman sneaks into one of the captured alien cells, because security in this movie is as good as the Death Star.
What was that?
Allowing the alien to use him to communicate.
She has arrived.
What does this mean? What does this symbol mean?
Oh, that's our equivalent of drawing dick and balls. You probably thought it was something really meaningful, didn't you? Dumbasses. The alien starts killing him, so they gun it down. Meanwhile, we see the only person who hasn't aged in this movie, as he always looked old. Judd Hirsch as Goldblum's father. He's picked up by some bickering kids, but give him some credit. They took this thing more seriously than others.
I think they're blowing it way out of proportion.
Trying to get drunk before everything closes.
But they agree to help him out.
My parents are probably dead right now, and most of my friends...
She's just upset because her boyfriend Kyle's for sure gone.
Why don't you pull over here? Let me drive and you take a little break.
Wow, the only characters in this movie I give a shit about so far. Please cut away so I learn nothing about them. Good movie, you almost became engaging there. Back to bullshit.
They're like a hive, and I think we just found their queen. They're a very big queen.
Yeah, we've stolen from ourselves enough. Let's go back to stealing from other sources.
I think they're after our molten core.
Which means?
The end of life on this planet.
God, he said that so many times in his career. He doesn't even try to put urgency in it anymore.
The end of life on this planet.
Welcome to Independence World.
They plan an attack on the big ship because, yeah, it's about time for that scene. But the aliens obliterate them because, yeah, it's about time for that scene.
We just lost Bomber 9 and Bomber 13, sir.
Not 9 and 13! I just assumed tons of planes were being shot down in this scenario, but not 9 and 13! Who will I go to the beach with?
Follow my lead.
They get creamed so bad they fly inside the ship, but their engines are zapped and they all plummet. To make things worse, the aliens attack the base where the president and her cabinet is, wiping them all out, putting General Not Shredder in charge. Hey, remind me, am I Bill Pullman or Bill Paxton?
Had 20 years to get us ready. And we never had a chance.
But the president said they were just like the flu.
This planet has been unified in a way that's unprecedented.
Don't you love when one man's voice can be heard throughout an entire hangar of people?
We can't let them down. It wasn't luck last time. It was our resolve.
Even the music's like, are we trying to recreate the first one? I'm gonna keep the volume really low, just in case this totally doesn't work.
We all have to fight till our last breath. And that is gonna lead us to victory.
Now get me a plane.
No.
Then get me a coffee. An American coffee.
But some of the wreckage they pulled from the destroyed ship earlier, it turns out was from another alien race trying to fight the Queen. And of course, something survived the crash to tell them this.
Why are you here?
I came to evacuate as many of you as possible, but you attacked me.
Look, we're a Roland Emmerich movie. Communication isn't exactly our strong point. They put together that the Queen is going to come looking for the sphere, so they try to set up a trap when she arrives.
So the idea is to get her to follow this tug, the decoy transmitter, and once she's taken the bait, our cold fusion bombs.
Why is Goldblum suddenly talking like a game show host? Our lovely assistants will show you a brand new bomb that will destroy the Queen in Cancun, Mexico. Oh, Cancun, Mexico, everybody.
As you know, they took out all of our satellites, which...
It's not even worth mentioning anymore. They need someone to fly the bomb in to blow up the Queen, sacrificing themselves. You've seen the last movie. Can you guess who's gonna fly up who hasn't flown in years?
Let's get it done. I'll fly it in.
Oh. Okay, you're doing a spin on the idea. All right, I give you credit. You're actually smarter than I thought, movie.
No, you won't.
There's the ass sauce I'm used to.
What are you doing?
Patty, there are a lot of reasons why I'm the best choice for this.
And a lot more reasons why you're not. Meanwhile, the few survivors inside the ship have to distract the aliens in order to steal their planes, so Jake pees.
Been holding that one for a while.
Yes, great strategy. Literally have your dick out when inevitable gunfire arrives. Unless your schlong looks like this. Not a great plan.
The technology hasn't changed at all.
Yeah, 20 years and not one update. I can see why this is the universally dominant species. They get out of the ship as the new president makes a speech to the world before taking on the Queen.
No matter your nationality, color, or creed, no matter our differences, we are all one people.
Yes, in a world where petty differences are set aside, we do constantly need to be reminded of that. This world's as utopian as Animal Farm. The Queen's ship arrives, and it looks like Judd Hirsch upgraded to a bus. Yeah, figures on top of all this terrible, we'd somehow work school into this too.
What? We have to wait for the end of the world for us to get together.
I'm a little busy right now, Dad.
You and I, we're gonna have to talk.
I said not now.
Oh, even at the end of the world, is he still a stereotypical Jewish dad? Oh, you don't have time for your father? What's the name of these aliens? I bet they all became doctors.
Happy 4th of July.
Pullman flies into the center of the ship, which given drone technology, wouldn't that have made more sense? And he sacrifices himself right in front of his daughter. Wait, you never told me where Mom's been sleeping these past 20 years.
We got it.
Yeah, it's really over, guys. 4-minute climax. Nothing to see here. Not one other surprise. Or to quote Goldblum, aww.
Come on, let's go!
We have to wait for the dog? I guess so.
Daisy.
Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, the giant queen of an advanced alien race can't catch up to the top speed of a middle school bus. Even the aliens from Signs are waiting for the Weird Al song about you. Patricia penetrates the Queen's shield, but she knocks her down and continues to chase after her. What a salty queen. Clearly she hasn't learned to put her petty differences behind her like we have.
Oh.
In one of the film's stranger scenes, I guess that's saying quite a bit right now, Brackish's doctor friend dies, and it's played less like a dramatic moment and more like a Seth Rogen comedy.
Who's gonna water the orchids?
I gotta tell you.
What?
This was supposed to be a sweater.
I felt more emotion when Kenny died on South Park. Doesn't matter which one. Everyone bands together to take out the Cloverfield monster, and it looks like she's finally weakening.
You ready for a close encounter, bitch?
Yay, it's the thing like his father said, only empty and sad. They bust her open like a Cadbury egg, only somehow not as gross, and the planet is saved. Aleu-ah. Oh, and of course, when the Queen dies, the ship just leaves.
Maybe we should try that.
Dinner first.
Hold up. You may want to hear what he said about you first.
The pilot that China sent is my future wife, and I mean it.
Oh my god, get away from me!
Yeah, that sounds right. But get this. They tracked where the ship is going, and they're now able to follow them. You know what that means.
Take the fight to them.
When do we leave?
We are gonna kick some serious alien ass.
Oh, yeah, can't wait for that. Seeing how your American box office went something like this? I find that unlikely. It's not surprising why this film didn't catch on. It's dull, it's forgettable, it's ugly, it's not really fun. And it's just the same shit this director does over and over and over. Why don't you try some different films, like some low-budget dramas? Oh, guess you're stuck blowing shit up. This is such an unnecessary film that had neither the cornball energy or silly excitement of the first. And like I said, I didn't really get into that one, but I guess I do have a bit more of an appreciation for it after seeing this. If you really want to see the old Independence Day gang again, just watch the Independence Day gang again, because this is an alien turd that deserves to be forgotten about. I'm a Nostalgia Critic, Hello?
As you probably know, the movie is over. Remember that time you watched Independence Day Resurgence?
Malcolm tell you the movie's over?
Oh, we have to wait for the dog? I guess so.
Hey, Doug Walker here, doing the charity shout out. Once again, we're doing a charity that we've done before in the past, but they are very much working to stop COVID-19 and helping those who have been affected by it. And it's Heart to Heart International. And to give you an idea of just some of the things that they're doing to help out, they have launched an international, domestic, and local response to COVID-19, distributing urgently needed equipment and medication to partners around the world. In Puerto Rico, they're working with partners to implement virtual monitoring and a helpline for those experiencing symptoms. Volunteer medical providers are currently in New York, helping relief staff shortages at hospitals in the hardest hit state. Their mobile medical unit with doctors and nurses will deploy to support community members experiencing housing instability across the U.S. They're distributing hygiene kits for those in quarantine or unable to leave their homes. That's just to name a few. If you look at their site, you'll see on the front page there's a whole section talking about how they're combating COVID-19 and trying to help those affected by it. It's a really, really good charity. Like I said, we've done them before in the past, and so many good charities are stepping up. I mean, doing what they already do best, and they're applying it to, you know, this pandemic. So, yeah, if you can go check them out, see if you have anything you can give, because again, these people are really stepping up and trying to help everybody, or as many people as possible that have been affected by this. So whatever you can give, whatever you can find, please, even if it's just spreading the word about this organization, please do so, because there's a lot of people really suffering out there. So thank you so much, and take a look and see what you can do. Take care.